Hello. How are you? Hi, Catherine. Good to see you bright and early this morning, this afternoon, this time right now. Yeah, good to see you. And great to be here with our community of sister journalers. Thanks so much for stepping in and coming in. Hi, Sabani. Good to see you too. You all are nice and bright and early on time. All right. On time, anytime, really. Welcome to Journal with Me. I'm Kathy Hampton of Wellside Retreats, Wellness and Healing Practices. Thank you for joining me for Journal with Me. And I'll take my glasses off because I really don't need them while I'm talking to you. Just kind of seeing things. It's a terrible thing when your eyesight starts kind of, fading. But it's all good because I can still see. Just kind of fading though. Hello, Katie Alton. Good to see you here again. Thank you for joining us in wellness and healing practices. And if this is the first time you're seeing this, especially if you come in the future on the replay, once this has been recorded, do me a favor if you in fact like the idea, okay, because it might just be an idea for you, but when it becomes a real practice and a habit, that's when it really gets good, so you have something to look forward to. If you like journaling specifically in this community of women 50 and over, and particularly Black women in this community, we journal with the intent of downloading what is on our heart, mind, and spirit. And there's a lot that we kind of store up. And journaling is a beneficial practice to get something off your chest, inside of you. Or if you're feeling a certain way, really tackling what comes up to you for you, and putting it down on paper. And sometimes you don't even know what that is until you start writing in the free flow mode. It just flows out of you. And it can start with just a simple thought, as long as you are quiet, and hearing what's inside coming up. And we talk a little bit about various emotions, and those might come up. So if this is something that you might like doing, we also talk about various practices for wellness and healing. And besides journaling, that could be meditation, prayer. If you chant as part of your faith and belief system, or process, that could be for you. If you walk in nature and do walking meditation, with your senses open to the environment you're in. If that is something that you do as a practice, as a good habit, then this might be the space for you, because we talk about those things. We talk about what's on our heart, mind, and spirit from a holistic point of view, and how you can keep all of that in sync, and then with your goals in life, right? Getting to the next step, especially if you are someone who's feeling a little stagnant, stuck, down and out, a little depressed or anxious. But I have to just put out a disclaimer. This is not a place for therapy. This is not a place, because I am not a therapist. I am a certified life coach and can help you keep yourself, hold you accountable through coaching. But this is not a place for any psychological or psychiatric counseling or assistance. I have to say that. So if you like, please subscribe, and come back and join us when you get the notification that I've uploaded some things. So, with that, Kay Collins, I want to say hello to you. Oh, and Kim S. Kim S is here. Good morning, Kim S. You came before, and thank you for coming in, Kim. And Kay Collins, good to see you here as well. So glad to be here again this morning. Yeah, I've missed being here with everyone. Same, missed you all too. And it seemed like a long weekend to me. It seems like it's been a while since we've been together on a Tuesday, and I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because there's been going so much going on, whether it be personal, professional, private, or just the state of the world at this point. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we have to keep our minds on the prizes, and not get caught up in any of the shenanigans that are going on. And in fact, I just I'm drafting a Substack article, which is overdue. Try to have at least two for the month, and I haven't even had one, but this is going to happen. But I talked about kind of the messy start, words regarding the messy start of the year. It's been messy, and that's what came to mind when I started writing it. I was going to write something else, but I'm going to save that for another time. Try to get maybe two out, squeeze two out this month, today and tomorrow. The month is at an end already. So let's get comfortable in our seats and write for today, or practice what's on your heart and mind, whatever practice that may be. I'm going to be using an old journal because I ran out of pages in my other journal. Have to get, yeah, I've been writing a lot, and so I'm going to be journaling. And we spend 15 minutes in our practice. You could do yoga in 15 minutes, a good movement of yoga. And if you were able to catch me doing chair yoga online, then you can do it in 15 minutes. You can do some chair yoga sequences in about 15 minutes. Believe me, I stretched it out to about 35 minutes, but you can do it in 15 if you really wanted to. Um, so, yeah, let's get open. Let's get open, opening ourselves. Hey, Dr. Donna. Yeah, good to see you today. Um, Great to have you here. Thank you for showing up for yourself and holding yourself accountable. um, I wanted us to get open. And what does that mean? That means getting prepared to do what we are practicing. We have to do some things before we start to practice. Recently started a serious gym uh, encounter. I've been doing that this month and have found it very pleasing. But before I go, I have to get myself together. I have to pack a bag, believe it or not, and get my mind straight to get on either the metro here, and then walking about roughly 3 blocks, long city blocks, to the gym, where it's very it's a really great space filled with light in nature. It's situated right next to a large city park, so you see the trees and fountains, and from the main part of the gym. It's very nice, and so me and another person I joined with, we are holding each other accountable because it's hard getting up early in the morning and going to the gym. But you know what? I'm blessed to be able to have that opportunity and have found it very pleasing. I'm already feeling the effects of it, that soreness that actually is not so sore, but your body is getting used to the soreness. So it's actually a good feeling that I'm making progress. So we have to open ourselves up, get ready for our practice. And we start off by checking in with ourselves. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? And Insight Timer has some great emotions that it that it provides us, and sometimes we don't even. I don't even rattle off the many emotions that we have, but there are tons of them, and let's see if I can get to them. Because I've already checked in with myself today, believe it or not. So the emotions include, um, let's see, whether you're content. Are you feeling? Hmm, I should have prepared for this. Um, let's see. I can pull them up. Probably not. Oh, checking in. Here we go. Um, so Yeah, so there's happy, joyful, grateful, content. Are you feeling calm, peaceful, hopeful, excited, confident? Are you feeling amused? I like that, amused. I have been feeling amused lately, even at stuff that I don't understand. It's amusing to me, some things lately. Are you feeling brave? I've been hearing that term quite often. Um, Brave, surprised, proud? Are you feeling passionate, amazed, satisfied? How are you doing? Take a moment, give you a moment. And today I've used a couple of these. Grateful. I always feel hopeful. Um, Relief. Have you ever felt the relief? How relief feels for you? You're feeling relieved of something, right? I've been feeling amazed also in different ways. And so the next step is to go deeper into those those emotions and ask yourself, why am I feeling this? What's the impact? What's having the biggest impact on me, the way I'm feeling? Is it because of health? Is it fitness, self-care, your hobbies, right? Hobbies bring us joy. I actually went to get some things for my hobbies. So it's but how do your emotions play into the fact that the reason why you're feeling that way has to do with your hobbies, your community, family, the tasks that you're doing, the work that you're doing. Maybe a partner is making you feel a certain way. Maybe it's money, current events, the weather may have you feeling whatever way you are feeling. Check in with yourself in all of that. I'll give you another few moments for that. We want to take a note on this January 28th. It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. And how are you feeling right now? All right. So once you've checked in, let's do a little bit of a short meditation, not anything extended. I don't want to rush anything, but I do want us to kind of clean or clear our nervous system, kind of wind down a little bit before we start our practices. So, allowing yourself to be comfortable in your seat. And I said allowing, giving yourself permission to not be rigid and stiff and close your eyes. Removing your shoulders from your ears, lowering your shoulders comfortably down. They're not supposed to be up here, lowering them down, right? And you can lower your gaze. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to. Getting comfortable with your heartbeat or the ebb and flow of your chest, you know, it goes up and down. It expands. The lungs are expanding. You can put your hand on your heart and to feel the pulse. The heart is deep underneath, protected by the rib cage, and sometimes you may not feel it so greatly, but you can feel the pulse. If it's quiet enough, you might even be able to hear it. But you can definitely feel something in there. Allow yourself to smile. Erase the frown from your forehead. And we'll be taking 3 cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And when you exhale, you can sigh or make a sound or a noise. Let's take our first cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose. And one last time, inhaling, a big deep breath, inhaling through the nose. Now allowing yourself to get back to your authentic breath, your breath that ebbs and flows, winding down. Okay. Slowly opening the eyes, raising the gaze, looking around the room. The sun finally came out for me. Mm. Okay. And we'll be starting off with the djembe. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. But we'll start with the djembe bell, if I can find it. And for 15 minutes, so I set the timer. And that starting bell, you'll hear kind of two, sounds like a knock. I'm going to turn it up really loud so that you can hear it. Hello, Kim Eminem. Good to see you. And Appa, great to see you here. Yeah. So the drum will lead us into this practice today, and the Native American flute will end our session for today. And yeah, get comfortable and let's start journaling. Okay. those Native American flutes get me in my core. I'm gonna tell you. So our 15 minutes is up for journaling. If you want to continue, please do so. As I try to lower my voice, not to interrupt. But I had a very active writing session. You can put me on mute or in the background. Continue with your practices, whether that be writing, prayer, meditation, yoga. Oh, okay. All right. Hello, Daphne. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Journal with me and the community, our sister journalers. Wonderful to have you here this morning. Good morning, Sunny L. Bright and early from the West Coast. Happy Tuesday to you. And Dr. Donna says she's in the process of reading through old journals. Today I found this statement: create in you the energy you want around you. Be clear. All right. Very good. Be clear. Dr. Donna, Catherine is conversing. Yes. Yes. It's a great reminder. Yeah, you have to be around that energy that and create it. You want around you. That's right. You create the energy. Yeah. Because sometimes you may not know when anyone else is going to create the energy you want to be around. Very good. Yeah. So if you notice when you sign on, I have some hashtags in the title of the video. That's how you came through. Um, and the words that I had were change, motivation, and darkness. So those words came to me um, for a number of reasons, but um, I'm always focused in on change and transformation. These are my reflections, by the way, in case you're new. After the 15 minutes of practice, journaling or prayer meditation, we have a reflection time. And I usually start the reflection with my thoughts of what came up for me in my writing or my journaling. And I didn't know what I would actually write about pertaining to those words, but um, with respect to change, I always look for uh, all kinds of changes, particularly transformational changes that have, you know, changed my life, how my body is changing. Um, we go through a lot of changes after 50. It starts really at 40 something, but the real changes really start happening around 50 and older. And I've gone through a lot of changes since 50 and older and continue. And some have been changes that I didn't see coming, just totally oblivious to them. And then other changes were things that I actually controlled, right? And we all go through that. We make a certain change to our how we are living, our lifestyle. And those are usually things that um, you sit down and ponder and actually plan a lot of times, or something pops up and you make a decision in which you say, oh, I've got to make this change, you know. And there've been a lot of women in my I'm going to say in my experience in my life for the last few years. I'm going to say maybe, you know, eight 8 years that have made have kind of influenced me, or I've seen them kind of out on the horizon, things changing, and then I'm changing. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of wanted to do something like that, or she's saying something that I'm I'm piqued. My interest is piqued, and so I have been able to make changes based on almost how the wind is blowing, but also with myself in mind. Um, and there are transformational changes through life that we all make, whether that be marriage, birth of a child, adopting a child, new pet partnerships, relationships, divorce, death, um, yeah, new careers, all kinds of things happened. Natural disasters, um, all kinds of things. And we act upon these changes, and then there are outcomes from the changes. And to me, I find it really fascinating to watch and to see from my vantage point, but then also turning back and looking into myself and thinking, wow, this is interesting. And the thing about it, this past week, I was really thinking about my parents and thinking about how our elders went through all of these changes over years and years. And I contacted both my mother and my father, and they are really at peace with with whatever is going on. They are peaceful and trying to just, and because they've been through it at 85 and 88. Um, it's interesting, they are slower, but they're still holding on through all the changes that they've been through, all the things that, have caused them to either, you know, retreat or to change the way they're living, how their bodies have changed, um, the relationships they have and they don't have, or they don't have. Yeah. So it's been a real interesting uh, point of view that I've been looking at through these last few changes that we've going through as a world, as a planet. Um, you know, uh, I have found that with the time that I have now, this time freedom, that I think a lot, and I think I tend to overthink, but I've been able to break it up a little bit. But been thinking about some of the dark times that history has provided, and at one point I thought darkness was just a horrible word. It connotates, some things that people would say were evil or dirty or not so good, or you know uh, but how I look at darkness now is it's a place where, in the natural sense, where animals and people find rest in darkness, um, because you know it's easier to fall asleep in the darkness instead of with lots of light. But we all need rest. And I wrote about that today in this session. Sometimes darkness, I wrote, is a lack of energy. We don't have the sun or the energy. And so we get in a dark space and, not, you don't have to expel a lot of energy. Um, but it's also sometimes a lack of clarity. You can't really see all that much in the dark unless your eyes get accustomed to the lack of light. But that's okay. It allows you to use your other senses for clarity. So, Dr. Donna, you put in your comments. Be clear. Be clear. I don't know what that referred to in your journal from the past, but yeah, we want to be clear. We want things to be clearer so that we have information really. Um, I know for me, um, once I started being quiet after darkness, right after resting, sitting still, and allowing clarity to come. It happened to me in a corner in a chair with a big window, but it wasn't fully lit, and that's where I found clarity. I found clarity um, after resting in the dark. I think those are my thoughts and my reflections for today. Um, the other word of motivation and how we motivate ourselves to take action. I've had to dip into that a little bit the last few weeks as I was struggling to write the books that I'm trying to write, and needing some motivation. So basically, I asked myself the question: what is going to motivate me? What's going to make me move to do, to act, or just to just kind of be um, without going to rest. Sometimes you sometimes you don't want to rest. Sometimes you've had too much rest, and so I was trying to figure out how to motivate myself, and I think my answer to that was to basically to move to my place of what I consider my level of success, self-satisfaction, and happiness. Because to me, it's the ultimate is happiness. And most of the time, I have been very happy lately. I will say, I'm not unhappy. I will say that, I'm not unhappy. So, oh yeah, Abba. I thought that is what I was thinking about. Thank you. Yeah, I am blessed to still have both my parents. My grandparents didn't. I didn't experience my own grandparents' longevity. They passed away, and with lots of grandchildren. And I'm the oldest on one side. I'm the oldest grandchild on my mother's side, and so we are blessed to have both of them still alive. And they're separated now, but I was telling someone a story about them. They're actually kind of funny. I can laugh at their humor, the humor in them now, but younger I could not. I didn't get them. I was not getting them. Um, but yeah, I'm blessed to have them both. And uh, I was sharing, I guess it was last week or the week before, that I called my mother, and we just laugh. We laugh quite often, no matter what. We could be a little miffed with one another, but we laugh we end up laughing and saying, I love you, and I'll talk with you later. And I don't speak with my father that often. Um, he pretty much never has his phone with him or turned on. So his wife is his secretary, so I have to call her in order to speak with him. But he's very jovial and is being as active as he wants to be. So yeah, they, as he would say, I'm well enough to get up and take nourishment. So he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. So is my mother. So thank you. Yeah. What you're saying about times of darkness being a place or time where it's hard to see is true. Yes. During those times, we have an opportunity to refocus. Absolutely, Sabani. I love that. To be clear, like Dr. Donna wrote, to be clear. Yes. Yes. Good words. Good words. Great, Sabani. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's and it's a place to refocus, even in the dark. I can walk around this little apartment in the dark, and it gets really dark. It has these big windows, and here and in many European places, they have these shutters that come slide down. Some people pull them down. Mine are automated. I can push a button like a light switch, and they come down, and it gets dark in here. And because they save energy here in an apartment building, when you go into the common hallway, it's pitch black. And in some buildings, you have to go and find your way to push the button so that you can get down the stairs. My building is modern, so all I have to do is get out into open my door. It's pitch black. I close the door. It's still pitch black. But if I move toward the center of the hallway, the motion detector will turn the lights on for me, and I truly have to refocus from the to the light. And in that process, when I first experienced that, when I was touring Portugal, I stayed in one building where I was at the very top floor. It was no elevator, and there were five floors, and I had to make my way up the 5 floors. And I wasn't given any information on how to create the light. And so I was in the hallway to the building, feeling my way to some switch. I felt so inadequate. I felt so lost. And I started to go knock on doors. I was like, that was crazy. That would be crazy. So I just felt around. There had to be a switch. And what it was a timer. And it turned on all the lights up the stairwell. Well, because it was a timer, that meant I had to get up those stairs before the lights went out. I had to get up to the 5th floor. Luckily, I found that there were timers on each floor, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I tell you, talking about being in a space where you're unclear, right? Unclear about what you needed to do, to move, to take action in the dark was amazing, but I learned quickly. And so that's just one example of being kind of left in the dark. um, yeah, but we know the sign of hope is the sun rising every day. And I have a journal that I have not finished that is entitled that. And if you come to February's journal and meditation salon, I will share what I want to do with that journal with the community. And I hope that you will take me up on it. Um, yeah, that's awesome, Sabani. Thank you for that you're sharing that. I appreciate you. So, so today, I consider Tuesdays here to be a day that is for gratitude. I hope that you can consider, and I invite you to consider gratitude as you move about your day and you're feeling not motivated, right? You're feeling that you're in the dark, right? Trying to refocus. But the beauty of gratitude is that it provides this hopefulness and this energy because what we already have right here is all we need really right now. And we're blessed to have what we have and also blessed to not have what we don't have, or yeah, blessed to, yeah, not have certain things. you know Sometimes you can, for example, um, I don't have I didn't take that job that was offered to me. I'm so grateful that I don't have that job. Or I'm so glad that I did not. I'm so glad and I'm grateful. Didn't you know didn't buy that product. It's now on recall. There are plenty of reasons to be grateful for what you don't have or didn't do, or you know. So consider gratitude today, um, in your own way of haves and have-nots. You can make a list or consider one thing about gratitude that you know is positive for you. It's a really energetic practice. It makes you feel excited. At least for me, it does. I should say for me, it does. Not for everybody. Um, and I have been collecting um, just quotes and affirmations and a number of things that I'd like to share with you for some time that I find interesting. And I haven't actually read them aloud, but I will. This one came on January 14th, within Insight Timer. Healing comes when we meet our wounded places with compassion. I talk a lot about healing, and healing, we all heal differently. Our wounds are healed by different methods, different concoctions, different uh, different anecdotes or different ways to manage them. And not all of us heal the same. Some of us are more sensitive, than others. Some hide the wounds, and so the wound just stays kind of festering in the background when sometimes it will kind of come out and you're not understanding why you might feel a certain way. Um, but I like this quote. It comes when we meet our wounded places with compassion, because you have to be compassionate to yourself. You can't try to, you know, disregard yourself and the wound. It'll still be there if you're not compassionate and give attention to it and nurture the hurt. Um, Yeah. So I like this one. This was a quote by Stephen Levine. I don't know that person. I don't know who that was, but I like the quote. I'll read a couple more that I saved. Yes. The person attempting to travel two roads at once will get nowhere. And I interpret this. This is by Zun Z. I'm not sure, XUN. Zun Z, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Um, yeah, take one road. It's easier. You know, you might be split, between which way to go. Decide that you're gonna try to go this place and then go this to get to pick one. Pick one way. Pick the one way. They it's interesting how they have highways that connect, and go around the same route and then they fork out. They fork and you still want to try to get to that one place, right? But you can't do it when the roads split unless they cut. Yeah, no. And then you have to try to navigate how far is the connection going to be. How am I going to get back to the same point using those two roads? It's not a cheat code. You know about those cheat codes. At least the young people know about the cheat codes. Sometimes there's no cheat code to go in taking two roads to get to one place. Yeah, yeah. That was January 16th. Napoleon Hill. You all know Napoleon Hill? Every adversity, every failure, every heartbreak carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Huh. What do you think about that one, y'all? Every adversity, every failure, every heartbreak carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. I kind of believe that one. Yeah. 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 There's some benefit out of our suffering once we get through it. We never think about it really until it's all done or start, those changes. But sometimes it goes faster, you know, because I think he mentioned failure. And here in this community, we don't believe in failure. We just believe in mistakes that you learn from. You don't you don't truly fail. At least I don't like the word failure. It means, yeah, it means like the end. But we learn. We learn. I hate I hate people calling each other losers or failures or yeah, they're just mistakes that you learn something from, the lessons from. And and when you learn the lesson from it, when you take the time, it takes patience also. The heartbreak takes patience, to get back to mending your heart if it's been broken. Or the adversity. And we, of course, as Black women, know what that means. Um, that adversity means. It carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Because we know how to mend, right? Something tattered, right? And the rewards are great. Sabani, it's a seed because you can plant it in good ground and move forward, or a ground that leads to more heartache. Huh. Wow. Okay. I got you. equal or greater benefit. Um, the benefits here, you know, as I was saying, that the adversity or the failure, quote unquote failure or heartbreak, these are things that you learn from if you take time in the darkness, because there's some darkness associated with it, in the darkness, um, to rest, refocus, and just like a plant, there's soil that it nurtures the seed and helps it to grow, and it grows in the dark. And it's all about growing, and you come out growing through, you know, through our traumas, as a, a new friend to this community would say, through the divorce, through, a layoff, through, grief of death of a loved one. We learn from those experiences. Um, Sometimes continuing to grieve, but it subsides and you grow from it. Yeah, those seeds are planted and come out beautiful. Or the image of a caterpillar going into a cocoon and coming out a beautiful butterfly. It's gone through a process, and that's what I take from it. So it's been good to be here with you all, and wherever you are, I'm wishing you well. I appreciate everyone's engagement and saying hello in the space. Um, the sun has come out today, and I'm going to get out in it because I promised myself that I would not stay in. Even some of the dark days, I've had to get out in the blustering wind. And the rain here comes in Porto sideways. And there's lots of wind, kind of wind where you can't use an umbrella sometimes because it's too windy. So you just cover yourself with your hood on your coat or a scarf or whatever. But that's some serious wind out there, and I'm going to go and get out in it. I hope you find your place to get out into today, or if you're staying in, making yourself happy, and creating the good space for yourself, creating goodness and healthy environment for yourself. And I'll be back on Thursday. That will be the 30th of January. Can you believe it's gone by? For those who are traveling, I can only imagine how you all feel like time is, or tell me, is time flying for you in these traveling streets? Because I've been staying put and it just seems like I blinked and it's already January. Um, January, 28th. And Catherine, you're going outside? Go on outside, girl. Get out there. Get out there. My son was telling me that he finally rode his bike outside to go to the gym. And I said, okay, so it's not, you're not in the cold and the snow. He says, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty clear enough for me to ride my bicycle. It's a little cold, but I rode my bike to the gym. So that's a good sign. You're welcome, Kim. You are so welcome. I hope to see you all, if not in other on the internets, as some of us are connected in the internets and different groups and different spaces and places. I hope to spend some time with you. Hello, Elle. How are you? Good to see you here. Yeah, it's my pleasure to see you here. And please do me a favor. If you all are watching this on YouTube, which I believe you are, do me a favor and like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. If you are seeing this on replay, please do me a favor and leave a comment. Maybe you have some some answers to some of the questions posed, or uh, the the uh, the thoughts for today's session. And let us know what you're thinking about. How's your body and how's your mind? How's your spirit? How are you feeling today? With all those things that we can feel, it's amazing how humans, can feel. That's why, I'm going to go off topic, but kind of not. There's this beautiful robot that they showed beginning of the end of the year. I don't know. She was a copper tone too. She was pretty. She was the prettiest robot, and she is was they consider her to be the most intelligent. And she knows spatial. What do they call it when people get? Yeah, she knows when her space was being invaded. The reporter got close to her and she backed up. And he said, "Oh, I got too close." She says, "Yeah." She says, like, "Yeah, you got too close to me. I don't know you." And I'm like, I don't like the way this AI stuff is being used to a certain degree, but I liked that there was some humanity maybe imparted on this person, on this robot, but I don't know how to feel about it all. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, what are the emotions that they would want to place inside, uh, you know, a beautiful, she's gorgeous robot. She didn't have any hair, of course. They didn't put a wig on her. So I liked her just the way she was externally. But inside, she's not feeling what we're feeling because we are so nuanced. We are so special. We are so special, each one of us. So how can they make that? I don't know. Because it's really somebody else. Or is it a whole bunch of different people all in one person? I don't know. I don't choose to know. I haven't read that much about it because I'm still trying to deal with regular stuff. Not to say that I don't want to grow in my technology capabilities or abilities, but yeah, and I believe in this futurism, right? Thank goodness we had the futurism from Octavia Butler who called it. She called so much stuff. It's amazing what she thought of before we even knew the real deal, the facts. But anyhow, I can go all off on tangents, and I don't want to do that because we all have to go outside and play or go and play. And I will see you on Thursday. Thank you again. And yeah, yeah, it's good. Sending much love to you. Enjoy yourself wherever you are. All right. Bye bye.